Welcome back to the show, Tim Steinruck. From Vancouver, you're a songwriter, music producer, recording studio owner, community leader. Well, there's so many facets to what you do, Tim. You're a returning guest. I urge people to go off and look at our previous interview we've had with you, which the link will be in the description of this particular one. And there's a couple of new things that I know I want to talk about with you. In 2023, you became the very first three-time ISSA winner of International Songwriter of the Year. The album Torch of Rock and Roll became the International Album of the Year, and your band, The Mighty One, became silver winner for International Band of the Year. So there's loads of little extra things that have happened since last time you've been on the show. Thank you so much again for joining us again, Tim, and please do tell us more.
It's so great to be here with you both, sitting here at LAX, just coming back from Nashville, as a matter of fact, doing a music conference there. And it was called The Objective. Okay. And The Objective is basically a conference that brings together people from around the world who are looking to uplift communities around the world that are underserved. Mm-hmm. So to bring hope and to bring music and to bring extreme sports, oftentimes it's, for the youth, so it's skateboarding and stuff like that. A lot of this work is in the inner cities and into the places where nobody typically goes. It's a faith-based organization called the Extreme Tour. Okay. And it actually comes to the UK also.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So you enjoyed Nashville? I
really enjoyed Nashville, yeah. I was there with my friend and my guitar player in The Mighty One, Randy Robertson, was there with me. He's actually sitting over here listening in on this. And then we also, we've been working with somebody whose name is Christian Steadfast, and he came out and basically was, in that management role, because this was an event that was stacked with industry professionals. We actually showcased for a panel of industry professionals, and it was two songs, and then we walked to the front of the stage and got critiqued. It was like a Simon Cowell situation.
Wow. Wow, that's cold-blooded. You don't need to do that, man. You already your sound is on fire already. You don't need to do that.
I mean, obviously, every time that someone brings constructive criticism to you, there's always the opportunity for an upgrade, right? Yes. And really, in this way, it was that. But I think the bigger picture in all of this was to really see what these people are about, because we've agreed to go on tour with them for a couple of weeks in September. It's a world festival. It's a worldwide tour, multiple countries. Just to give you an idea of what's going on, like when we finished our last day, we went into an inner city projects type area in Nashville, a tour area in Nashville, and set up a stage, set up some big speakers. They had food. And we'd had a lot of donations from some of the people who were sponsoring this thing. So we had, bikes to give away to the kids and all sorts of gifts. Yeah. It was just, this is musicianary work. Musicianary is what it is.
Humanitarians that play music.
Mm. Absolutely, 100%.
I got my first publishing deal in Nashville 30 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now when you go to Nashville, there's music everywhere. People are setting up little stages on the corners and all that. It's so much music in Nashville. It's amazing. So how many new songs you got on the menu?
Well, there's always new songs on the go, as you know, Skyler. I mean, there's always new stuff on the go. But I think that the thing that's most important right now is that 2 weeks ago, we released a song called Kickin' Stones. We released a powerful music video for that. There's quite the story there. But I guess if I look at it in the broad sense of what it is, it's really about suicide prevention, right? Because it was written about my best friend. He was my drummer. In the 80s, we got together, and that's when we had the deal with Paul Stanley from Kiss, which we've talked about before. So I wrote this song about him. We were sort of nearing the end of that particular deal. And he came in one day to the studio. We're writing new material and trying to keep this thing alive with Polygram Records and Paul Stanley. And anyways, he walks in the studio and he's got a sad look on his face. And I'm just like, oh, buddy, what's going on? He goes, she's gone. And it was about a girlfriend that he had for a couple of years, I guess. And I said, oh, no. I said, what happened? He goes, I sent her down the road kicking stones. And that sort of just that there was a piano piece that I'd been working on with a keyboard friend of mine, and it just everything just kind of clicked into place. You know how that is with songs. Sometimes it just goes click, 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 and there it is.
The fun part is doing the video to your lyrical content.
Well, that's it. And that's what we've done recently and put out this video. And I got to tell you guys, it's gone viral. It truly has. You know, I mean, we're talking 65,000 streams on Spotify. I think we're up to like 32 or 33,000 views on YouTube, all within less than 14 days. So there's something really amazing going on.
You go and find your fans. If you have loyal fans, you know, to your sound. But now we can all spread the love with each other. Like, you know, hey, here's some of my fans. I'm going to turn them on to you. And if we all do that with each other, we'll get there even faster. You know what I'm saying?
100%. But as you always say, Skyler, you know, music, it's not just about entertainment anymore. You know, how can my music, you know, impact and help to create this global change that we're looking for? Like in North America, we have a prefix. Like if you call 911, you can call the police, obviously. But if you dial 988, you do that if you feel like you're going to take your own life, dial 988. There's always somebody there to talk to. So we're really, really promoting that number. And, you know, telling the story about my friend, you know, because he did take his own life in 2016. So the song was about one thing when we started, but now since he's gone, it's about something else.
That's what I'm saying. That's humanitarian, what you're doing by writing this song. Music is wonderful by itself, but once you put lyrical content on top of it, it goes to another place. It's the difference between bread and sliced bread.
Yes,
bread was big.
I agree.
It's beautiful you putting that out there, you know, because we all need that. That's humanitarian music that you're doing right there, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, in many ways, you know, Skyler, you're an inspiration. You're a mentor in my life on how to, you know, how to be a force for change in the world using the power of my creativity and my music to do that, because you've been doing this for a long time. And I'm just so grateful for your friendship and Tom's friendship, and, you know, and this organization, Music for Global Change, is a powerful platform, you know, that can really inspire artists and the people around them to really consider a different way of approaching our careers, you know, a different way of approaching our life.
It's positive language over music.
100%.
Positive language over beautiful notes. How about that? And it doesn't matter what instrument it is, right? It's the lyrical content. You know, you can change the world by the lyrical content. It's been reaching people for years, way before the internet. 1996 is when you know, this whole revolution came out, the internet stuff. But I have to tell these kids all the time, you know, there was music before 1996, right?
You know, I mean, well, we thought there was nothing before what we did when we were that age too, but the fact of the matter is, and this just speaks to this journey that I'm just, you know, we're coming out of from the Extreme Tour and from the subjective. The mission of what they do is all about bringing hope. It's all about using our music in a way that is powerful, impactful, and transformational. And as you know, brother, I'm all of it.
Yeah, well, I love every time you show me one of these songs, right? Because, like I said, for years I sang love songs for years, right? And it wasn't until I started writing songs that heal and educate and solve problems. But I'm using the same instruments. I didn't change the instruments. I changed the language.
Absolutely. And working with young artists, you know, because I work as a producer and a mentor. And when I talk to artists that are about to release their first stuff and I'm interviewing them, I said, you know, how can your music make the world a bit of a better place? It's not just about entertaining anymore. It's got to have an impact.
Man, that's the powerful thing, the impact.
There's loads I want to talk about with you, Tim, but what I will do is just highlight, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about what you have planned in the rest of the year, 2024. I know you've got tours that you're planning. Obviously, you've got some material that you yourself are releasing or set to release. So if you can tell us a little bit about what you got planned in this year.
Sure. Thank you, Tom. I mean, the thing that's front and center right at the moment is the ISSA Awards. We're going to go take a little victory lap down there.
Yeah.
I'm one of the gold judges there, so I'm going to be presenting. And thanks a lot for highlighting, that big win for us last year. Yeah. It's opened up a lot of doors.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so ISSA Awards, we're going to go and headline that event. We were hoping to do a bit of a tour around that. Not sure if that's going to happen at this point. However, after that, we will be going out on this extreme tour. It's going to be a Pacific Northwest run of that. Oregon, Washington, possibly a little bit of California. So we'll go join those guys and spend a couple of weeks with them and go and spread some good vibes around that part of the world. And then the next thing after that is India. The Indian tour that we had planned last year had to be rescheduled, but that's going to happen this year in November. And then there's a really, really, really big focus for us on creating a tour in Latin America, in Central Latin and South America. The Kickin' Stones has just surpassed all expectations in the way that it was received there. And so we're already in negotiations on getting a tour down there, including a really, really big government-run festival in Bogota. I can't really say too much about it yet, but put it this way, it's going to be 5 to 6 figures of audience in this thing when it happens. So, and then one of the things that just came up while we were in Nashville, I don't know if you've ever heard of a studio called Castle Studios. It is an actual castle that they built in the 1920s. It's about a half hour outside of Nashville. And it was really where how shall I say, Al Capone, I think, was the guy who built it. And so it was a place for gambling. It was a place for drinking for the boys back in the day.
Yeah. And somebody bought it and turned it into a studio.
Well, it turned into a restaurant first, and now it's been a studio since the 80s. And I mean, all of your big country artists, name any big country artist, most of them have done their first record in this place, and it's a really warm feeling place with old equipment, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just got that vibe. Skyler, you would love this place. It's incredible. So I'm thinking about going and recording the Mighty One live Castle Studios in Nashville.
Nice.
Take the Mighty One everywhere.
Oh, for sure.
Take it all over. Take it all over the world, man.
We might even come and see you. I love it over there. So, but maybe we can come over there with the Extreme Tour. That might be how we start that. And if that happens, man, we got to get together with you. You got to come see what these folks are doing, because they're amazing. That's what's kind of right in front of us right now. The other thing that's sort of simmering in the background and about to be released is I am going to start putting out some solo stuff under the name Steinruck. And so I've got an album called God's Chair. Really is my spiritual journey. I recorded this album in 2009, and I've been sitting on it, waiting for the right time to release this acoustic spiritual album. So that's kind of what's coming next.
And then you got to go find the audience that looks for that type of music, right?
Yeah, what's interesting, Skyler, is that there is even in the youth market, like in your 18 to 25 age bracket, there's a lot of kids that love storytelling and that really down to earth songwriting, just really, really, how shall I say, very organic without much production storytelling. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think of like Hoosier and stuff like that, right? So actually, I am, as much as of course I'm going to be marketing it to an adult audience and a spiritual audience, I also am going to be marketing it to the younger generation. That's really one of my goals with this, and what I'm doing with the Extreme Tour is to really serve our youth, because they're all looking for something to hang their hat on, a place of hope, a place of inspiration, a deeper way of looking at life. And I think that when we take that from a spiritual point of view, that all becomes possible.
That's social conscious music too.
The first single from this God's Share album is a song called Be. It speaks to how, we don't have to put on any airs. We don't have to be something we're not. It's about authenticity. I think authenticity is the new sexy. It really is. Authenticity is the new transmission of truth. And when we speak from that authentic place, like you both speak from, that's where we can be an agent of change. It can't be something that's put on. It's got to be authentic.
Yeah, man. I mean, my whole thing, I want to leave here humanitarian. And this is great because, see, you have a gift. You got a gift, man, where you can go and get on a microphone and speak the truth through your music.
Agreed. And it's an honor. And it's something that needs to be looked at in a sacred way, and I look at every opportunity to get on the stage, get in front of an audience as a sacred opportunity.
It's nothing like performing in front of music lovers.
Amen to that.
In the whole industry. I mean, recording is cool, but it don't feel like when people's in front of you and you have their attention and you can speak the truth through melody and all that stuff. See, cause you can't go plug your vocal into the wall like you do with the bass and all that stuff like that. See, it don't happen like that.
Exactly.
If they unplug all the instruments, you can still sing. And so you can still perform, right? If you got a guitar, that's a whole other thing. So there you go, brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you. We are so grateful to have a voice.
Yeah. Keep pumping them tunes out there, man. And I love it because you go, wow, I have something in that direction. And then I have something in this other direction. Then I got some stuff I haven't put out yet. That sounds great to me. I'm like, this brother got bags full of songs in his head, period.
Yeah, and more on the way, and for me, more than ever, it's about collaboration. It's about cooperation, and it's about co-creation. So, I met a lot of great young artists at this event in Nashville, and there's lots of new material coming out that's going to be from that place. How can we lift each other up? As they say, a rising tide floats all boats.
I love this old rock player. He said, turn off the bad news and turn on some music.
Yes.
Namaste, brother. Listen, Tom, go get your new information and we go spread the love.
I appreciate you guys so much, and anything that I can do to spread the good news that's coming from the Music for Global Change community, I do all the time, and also bring you people who are doing what we are all doing.
Just want to know, Tim, for our listeners, I will put the links to everything you've got in the bottom of the video here. Have you got anything sort of specific websites or anything that you want people to head towards?
I would definitely point them towards the mighty1.rocks and then also my personal website, timsteinruck.com.
Thanks so much, brother.
All right. So much. Love you guys.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.